After a 246-kilometer drive, we reached Kaza way past midnight, and the next morning woke up to the impeccable beauty of Kaza. We had our breakfast and we were back in our driving seats. After completing a short drive of 15 kilometers, we reached the legendary Key Monastery. The Key Monastery is an ancient Tibetan Buddhist monastery located at an altitude of 13,668 feet. It is the biggest monastery of the Spiti Valley, and it is said the monastery was founded in the 11th century. A monk at the monastery was generous enough to offer us a cup of the local tea, and we couldn't resist. While sipping down the tea, the monk gave us a brief history lesson of the monastery. After the last cup of tea laid down on the table, it was time to continue with our journey. The Key Monastery offers a spectacular view of the Spiti Valley. And bang on we were again rolling and turn by turn climbing our way to recently built structure of Kaza. We finally reached the famous Chicham Bridge. Back in 2017, when I first came to this part of the valley, the bridge was in process. The Chicham Bridge is the highest bridge of Asia. It is at a staggering height of 13,596 feet and connects two villages, Chicham and Kibar. Take a peep down if you're not afraid of heights and you will see 1,000 feet deep gorge. The gorge below is known by the name Samba Lamba Nala. The bridge is covered with the Tibetan flags that have months written on it. After clicking some pictures, it was time to hit the road and head towards the most awaited location of our whole trip, Tanishq. Crossing the gullies of the Kibar village, we were halted by a herd of sheep. Kibar used to be the world's highest village connected to road. And finally, we arrived at the junction that took us to the not so known heaven of Kaza. We pumped our brakes few kilometers short of Tanishq at Gete to enjoy a steaming cup of tea with some cookies and of course with some stories. This is what takes me to the remote areas. No paved roads, no comfort zones, no limits. Just sheer wilderness and outstanding views. There's something about the life on the road to such remote areas. The escape from the mundane life, some spectacular views and good company. Maybe it is the obscure simplicity, or maybe just being there in the moment, feeling alive and truly happy, or maybe I love it too much. Whatever it is, it makes me come to these areas over and over again and makes me crave for them until I come back again. With the sun setting behind the mountains, it was time to head back towards Kaza. We spent our evening at Welcome Homestay owned by my cousin Anurup Parmar. And due to some compelling reasons, we had to cut short our trip, and it was our last night in Kaza, and we made it a point that it should be a memorable one. Next morning, Parmar Bhai brought a deal that none of us could refuse. The guy knows Spiti like the back of his hand and suggested we go to the river to have some fun before we leave. And with the blink of an eye, everyone was in their vehicles, all set to have some boys' toys fun. And now the convoy was led by Parmar Bhai's gypsy. We were a bit tensed about my bolero crossing the river, and it was decided that wherever the water level was too high, I would park my vehicle and tag along with Parmar Bhai. But the black beast managed to overcome some mild river crossings despite being a two-wheel drive and having low ground clearance. With some instant planning for river crossing, it was decided that I would carry the tow straps, because most likely I was to get stuck, and whosoever came to my rescue, I would swing him the tow strap. Not so long, I got to know the limitations of my bolero, and to some extent it was my fault that the vehicle got stuck. I approached the river as if I had power in all my four wheels. And to my rescue came Parmar Bhai and my dad. Just when I made the call to bring the Thar to the rescue, as it had great tongue and anchor weight, the 27-year-old 1000cc gypsy managed to pull me out, that too in reverse. No doubt a bit of credit goes to me and my dad on adjusting to the situation and understanding what both the vehicles demanded at the moment. But it was a blessing in disguise. If I hadn't been stuck on the entry part of the river, I would have been in grave situation. I rerouted and took a short way to join the convoy in the river crossing. After a thrilling and mesmerizing short stay of 3 days and 2 nights at Kaza, we finally headed back towards our hometown. And luckily, caught sight of the blue sheep from the Kaza Bazaar while getting some essentials. In the words of American novelist John Kerouac, because in the end you won't remember the time you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. Until next time, Spiti Valley, adios.